Alright, welcome back, fuckers. Today we are doing portraits, right? Artwod roadmap. Again, a nice little promotion for artwod. I mean, to be honest, their shit works. If you guys look at my progress, you can see that it works, right? Today, as you may be able to tell, I don't have that "woobity boo, I'm Viggy" sort of enthusiasm, right? It's weird. I was really excited to do this drawing session today, and then just 20 minutes ago, I was really struggling with garnering any sort of motivation. But as we all know, motivation is a fickle fuckle. So I've doused myself in caffeine. I'm extremely hopped up. Maybe you can hop off if you hop on enough. But yeah, I mean, let's just get to it, right? Oh wait, no, begging for likes and subscribes. Maybe I should start doing ultimatums. If you don't like or subscribe, I will. I don't know. People don't really care enough about other people's lives, so it's not like I can threaten my own bodily harm. I will harm those around me if you don't like or subscribe, right? And smash that bell icon so I can smash you. um, yeah, this shit's gonna be reported for hate speech. Then again, there's only what, like 300 people who are subscribed, and like fucking not even half of them watch, and 60% of them aren't even subscribed. So yeah, again, please do like, subscribe. so so anyways, what else am I supposed to beg for? No, begging for money is at the end. Yeah, fuck off. At this point, it's been 30 seconds. Get the fuck off my channel if you haven't cared enough to like, subscribe, or hit that bell icon. So, okay, what is this angle? Is it this way? I'm trying to think about the perspective here. And I'm gonna practice this shape more. Just like that. So then what do we have? Okay, I'm just trying to think about how I go about it. Right? And then something like that. I wonder, maybe the head's a bit inaccurate, right? And then this is going around this way, so it's just like that. Time being, no, I think something is really off here. We're seeing more of this. Oh, I think I fucked it up a little bit. Something like that. It's pretty off, actually. And then again, this is like supposed to be the base of the neck. I didn't visualize this well enough. But the thing is, less than visualizing it well enough, it's about not understanding the shapes well enough, right? It's all about understanding. So let's try to let's not it's not about trying. Let's just break the shapes down. So it's something like this is what I've established, right? It's cut off. And it's literally just something like this. If we're just gonna do like the side view, something like this, then something like this. And this one is roughly the shapes in an orthographic view. Yeah. If I were to take this and just turn it, like this, right? And again, this is still part of the ellipse. Okay, so that makes sense. And then same thing here. This is also, it's going straight here. And then what are we doing with the back end? Is the question. Well, we insert, that's for sure, but in this context, what are we doing with the back end? We cannot insert, nor can we thrust, so do we simply make a curve? Same thing, this thing kind of comes out like so, and we're just finishing that ellipse. But again, this plane, it's a side plane. Just bring it down. And this is the forehead. Right, so it's 1, 2, 3, because we're foreshortening. Something like that. Is that accurate? Right. This goes down, this goes back, and this is also part of the semicircle. Well, we all know I'm definitely getting better, but is it not better enough? Well, let me rest my brain. And I'm gonna practice the shape. I'm stretching, don't mind me. But yeah, let me rest my brain. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Fucking that burp. But my girlfriend is very behind on my videos, but she seems to love this quote-unquote water bottle lore that I have going. None of you will have seen those videos. She's my #1 fan. She's consistently watching them in order, right? But she's like 40 videos behind at this point, right? She's still on sketchbooking part 10 or something, and she skipped a couple. And then she fucking yelled at me because she skipped it, and she had the audacity to yell at me because she was absent-minded. How dare you? Yeah, if you're hearing this fucking, what, like 4 months from now? Fuck you, baby. Fuck you. You goddamn inattentive piece of shite. But anyways, anyways, yeah, and she seems to really like the fact that there was a point where I kept forgetting my water bottle upstairs. Obviously, she doesn't give a shit about my drawings, you know. It's not about the fucking drawings. It's about the water bottle lore for her. So yeah, but I'm sorry to say, baby, but at this point there is no water bottle lore. I just have remembered to bring my water bottle at all times. Okay, so again, I gotta keep thinking about perspective, right? Okay, that's slightly off. Maybe that's a bit more correct. Again, this is kind of like the head area, and I know, look, this looks messy. So 1, 2, and then we foreshorten a little bit. But maybe this angle doesn't really require much foreshortening. And again, if we just practice drawing the back piece, it's literally just this, right? Something like that, I believe, makes sense. Because again, then we have the chrome dome, they say, which is also like that. But obviously, this is going all the way around, like so, right? And then we have the head, this part, and this is going like so, like that, right? And then again, sort of this. Let's go back there. Is that correct? Still trying to figure it out a little. I think it is correct. I'd like to believe it is correct. Yeah, because we just turned this 3-dimensional. And I know it looks a bit wonky and all over the place, but am I really one to care about composition? Clearly not at this stage. But this is a fuck. But it's just about trying to consistently visualize these proportions while I do it. That's the most important thing. Deep, deep, deep voice. Wait, why was I bitching at my girlfriend again? Fuck. Oh yeah, because she fucking waste man. She's just a waste man. That's the only reason I need. What other reason do you need apart from just disliking your partner for being alive? I mean, this is why domestic violence happens, right? You know, they say something and you're like, ah shit, here we go again. Open up Minecraft. This is my cop out. Anytime I want to say anything outlandish, I'll just be like, but guys, it's just in Minecraft. I'm a fucking genius. Can't be cancelled if you're just doing it in Minecraft. So it's... Okay, so that's the perspective. So I actually fucked this up a little. It's more like that. Make this the center line, and then we get this face. It's a bit foreshortened. But that makes sense, right? This is just the ellipse going around, going there, there, and then going around again. And if we were to flip this page, maybe like in this angle, that looks... Fuck, you can't even see it on that angle, but that looks pretty decent. Well, fuck. We're working on it. Oh god, now the page is all wonky. Okay, center. Let's center this. I have to keep looking at the camera to make sure everything is centered, because that's important. Right? But now this is fucking... This is a bit wonky, bro. God damn it. God damn it! Yeah, as they say. Mate kudasai, yate kudasai. What the fuck? Mate kudasai. Yukuri onegai shimasu, which means slowly, please. Okay. I want to do this angle, which is going to be a bit difficult, but it's important in order to understand exactly what's going on. There's a part of me that's like, okay, watch what you're saying now that you actually have people who seem to like your content. But then I realized that you fuckers like my content because I don't watch what I say. I say the things that you wish you could say, you know. Like My Little Pony is in fact the greatest series of all time. You wish you could be as unabashedly courageous like I, but unfortunately you're a pussy, so you're welcome. Something like this. Then this part of the face, it's going all the way around, right? It's wrapping around. Like so, this one comes out. What are we seeing? Something like that. Could have been better, for sure. But I think I'm getting the idea down. Because really, this is the jaw shape. Again, the more we understand about the shapes we're drawing, the better we can keep drawing those shapes, right? So this is literally the jaw shape, where it's like this, right? Probably a bit further out. Probably a bit bigger, so like that. Right, and then it's, if this is going inwards like so, this is the center line, then it's going in, right? Something like that. Wait, does that even make sense? Still trying to make sense of it. Okay, so from the front we have this, 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 just like that. From the side, let's make this bigger so we can actually understand it better. It's like that, right? And then this, it's more like this, obviously. It's going in there. So what is happening here? Right? Something like this? Well, let's look at Antonio's example. Well, okay, well, I think I was maybe misunderstanding. Okay, how he draws it is like this. Again, understanding these side planes is very important. So if it's something like this. So this is, the big thing to understand is this is flat. But he keeps changing it. This fucking guy keeps changing the way it's supposed to be. That's different now. Where's this part right here? Right, this connection. God damn it, Antonio. Again, the whole intuition thing, I appreciate the intent, right? I appreciate like what they're trying to teach, which is don't be too caught up in the technicalities, but you can only be intuitive once you understood the technicality, right? That's what I believe, and that's what I'm trying to say is, and what I've been experiencing. So I guess fuck what he's taught in the sense that like changing it around and shit. The shape I have landed on and will continue to do so for the time being is like this, right? So that comes down here. This is the center line, so it's like this, right? And then like that, and then there's a diagonal cut across. What that looks like on the opposite side is like this. Right, where wait, what the fuck? I'm confused myself. What does that look like on the opposite side? Yeah, it's like that. Oh, it's like here actually, my bad. There you go. Okay, well, I guess to reduce any confusion, it'd be something like this. Right? And then if this is center line, it's going like this, that, and then we just have connection. Like that? Is it? What are we seeing from that side? This is so convoluted and confusing, probably, and for those who are watching. So let me try doing it again. Right? This is the jaw shape. Right? The center line is going down like so. It's jutting out. Something like this, right? Because it's front. So is it just that? That doesn't seem right either. Let's keep going. Let's just keep drawing this. I don't always need to draw portraits, like the full thing. The biggest thing is understanding the shape of the jaw, right? Reinforcing that understanding of the shape of the jaw. And again, it's all contained in a box at the end of the day. So this is the center line. We go 1, 2. Okay, now we go 1, 2. Okay, that's where the jaw is. And then it juts out backwards. So that's where that is. So is it not just... something like that? No, I'm missing something. I'm missing something. That's incorrect. Let's try again. Right. Something like that. So if this is... this is flat, it's going inward. What the fuck? I'm so fucking confused. Okay, let me rest my brain. We'll approach this again. Right. And we'll figure it out. It should be fine. Okay. On my back, my crack. Oh wait, am I murmuring too much? Maybe I'm murmuring too much. I think this mic doesn't really pick up when I talk like this. So apologies for that. I'll try enunciating a bit better. But okay. So what the fuck is this shape? Right? Well, I already established it kind of prior. Okay, but really what it is it's almost 2/3 of the sphere. Let's really walk myself through this. Right, 2/3 of the sphere. Oh, and then it comes down like this, right? And then we're just finishing that sphere off, possibly, something like that. Okay. And then there's a cut across. But on the other side, let's say this is the center, and then we're going down, and let's just say the unit is like this is 1, this is 2, right? And then this is where the jaw is, right? Well, that jaw juts back as well. There's like a little, this thing, it's jutting back. So it would be something like this, right? And then, like, that's the connection, that's the angle. And then wouldn't it just, if I'm seeing it from this side, it's coming around, right? We're doing this. Wouldn't that just be it? Something like that. Maybe this curve is a bit too much. What did I do here? That was a different angle. This was actually incorrect. So I already fucked both of these up. I know that's for sure. Yeah, because if the jaw is like this, then these things are coming in like that. Right? So the real question is, what's just going on? Is it just like this? That doesn't make much sense either. Again, I really wish Antonio had a consistent example, but I guess that's the beauty of art. Gotta figure out myself. I mean, yeah, I don't mind that. But just thinking, To myself more than anything, trying to understand. Yeah, because I know we can make a decent portrait right now. Mannequin, like this, these are all pretty decent. But I think the next step is really just understanding how the jaw is placed into all of this. Because I can't, again, if I do it just with okay, like I guess if we do it from this angle, right? It's just that back angle, the angle where we're not seeing much, you know, this angle right here. This is the angle that's a bit fucky, right? Because now like, you understand what I'm trying to say is we don't see the bottom of the jaw or anything from this angle. The person's face is turned. It's completely like we don't see that, you know. But if I were to just draw the, I guess, the portrait again, right? See, I'm very capable now of drawing this not but like drawing this from specifically these angles, right? Probably should have foreshortened the skull a bit more, to be honest. Like, it shouldn't be. No, nobody has. That's like a fucking 8 head. But see, it's a bit longer because we're seeing it from the side. Like, I'm pretty decent at this now, right? We can agree on the fact that this is pretty okay. You know, and I understand this shape pretty decently. So overall, it's not bad. Overall, I think it's pretty okay. This Loomis head is making more sense. Obviously, this center line is off center. It should be more like that. But yeah, it's not bad. Even from this angle, I'm able to actually understand what it looks like pretty well. I'd like to believe, but maybe I'm making inconsistencies in my own shape. We have to think. So it's like this has to be flat. It's like coming in, right? Even if it's going inward, is this still one plane? No, because it's going diagonal now, right? So again, that probably doesn't make sense much to anybody watching, but it makes sense to me. I'm just trying to understand the planes. So how is it done then? Wait, I don't know if anybody heard that, but I just farted. I had to let that out there to the world and through my butt. But and that was a burp. That was not my fart. If a fucking fart sounded like that, you gotta go to the toilet immediately and reevaluate why you had to go to the toilet with that coming out of your ass. But that is my catchphrase, right? But oh, mid-roll begging for likes.
Oh guys, if you're still watching, make sure to like and subscribe.
To be honest, I'm doing pretty decently on that front. I got 2 likes on one of my videos. It was incredible. 2 people went out of their way to smash that like button, and you can be the 3rd. Okay, let's. That angle is okay. So again, I'm just trying to figure out how I'm doing the planes for these. If I can consistently set the planes. No, that's way too narrow. So more like this. Okay, sure, whatever. Keep that for the time being. But if this is going inward, and I said inward, not n-word for you fucking degenerates out there. God, man, the world has really gone to shit, man. People can't even be respectful anymore. Okay, so this is one plane, but this is diagonal. This is clearly diagonal. So okay, so mine is diagonal, like what I have established. This is one plane, and then yeah, this is going like so. And where is it connecting from? Okay, so what is it like? If I did it from the back, which is necessary, but I always have to do it from the back. Oh, yes, I'm not a comedian. I am just a brown man in this white man's world. Brown. Look at that, guys. Isn't that deep? Just when you least expect it, race is brought up. But bottom. I'm going to draw a bottom. And this was my fart coming out, which is also, funny enough, my icon on my fucking profile for this channel. And this is what my actual face looks like. There you go. It's my giant nose, my giant chin, my fucking thick ass lips, and my extremely intense brow ridge. That's me. Fuck. It's okay. Anyways, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's already been half an hour and I haven't. Actually, I have been learning, so. And I have been thinking, which is important. So let's do this again. Okay. So from the back, if we just do the entire thing, right? So if we have the sphere. Okay. So that's straight. Is I guess what I'm establishing. Right. Again, kind of a fucked up sphere, but this, I need to make these portraits bigger. I don't think it's conducive to make them so tiny. Just kind of fuck myself over at that point. Okay, that's a straight plane, and then it curves around is what I'm establishing. Right. But this is straight, but then this is the face. It's like that. Yeah, it'd be like that or some shit, right? Okay, let's make this bigger, bro. I need to stop making, like, look how large I was doing it before. What is this? What the fuck is this tiny ass mannequin compared to what this was? Jesus Christ. Let's try that again. Okay, right. Then. Sure, something like that. Let's keep the proportions and the box. It's always about keeping inside the box, right? As much as I tell myself, oh, keep it in the box, I do struggle with that. Okay, and then it curves around like so. For straightening out, I guess. Okay, so yeah, roughly the same. So it goes down like this, and then there's a plane change, which I've established, right? Because roughly, okay, where's the center line? It's coming down right around there, and then we can this is the forehead, so it's 1, 2, that's where the jaw should be, I believe. Is it? Let's try that again. Center line, this is my little ellipse, so that's the center line. Yeah, right there. So yeah, 1, so yeah, 1, 2, it's like right around here. And then the jaw is so like this. Right? Something like that, and then it's coming, that's the shape. Okay, maybe this is a better representation. Right? It's coming in like that, then I just... That is not how Antonio does it. It's because mine curves inwards, though. and his juts outward. So what am I fucking up? Maybe it's best to establish this as one plane, right? This is all one plane. So how would that work then? Okay, so it's more like that. So this is all just one plane. Is that how it works? Let me rest my brain again. This is difficult. I think this jaw shape is probably the most important thing to get down, because that's basically, at least in my opinion, I feel as if that's the cornerstone of understanding the portrait in any angle, just from what I can tell, right? Just a fucking random brown there. Anyways, let me rest my brain. Oh yeah, somebody commented on one of my videos saying on the on the fucking perspective clusters video, like the second video I made, where the the thumbnail was "You won't believe," and you idiots actually clicked on it because you didn't know you wouldn't believe it. I love that prosody or prosed skit, but either way, yeah, somebody commented saying you should make merch of your drawings, right? Like of my pen drawings or whatever. So here's my community engagement, right? To make you feel so special. Oh, you're so special. Yes, you are part of the Biggie fam. So what would you want me to draw? Because I highly doubt anybody would fucking want just pictures of shitty mannequins or just, I doubt anybody would want a learning process T-shirt, but I don't know. Yeah, please leave if anybody's still listening or watching. Let me know in the comments what you would want, right? And I'll see if it's financially feasible to even start that, right? Or maybe I can just wait till I'm good enough to actually come up with interesting designs and all that shit. But either way, if people seem to already want merch, the fuck, like I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you people. But if you already want merch, you know what I can do. But the biggest merch thing I had in mind is this: my channel icon. This, I could see this on a t-shirt because my girlfriend mentioned like that right there, this can easily be on a t-shirt, you know? And I know you people would eat that shit up. Yes, I said you people. What are you going to do about it? You're my fan base now. Get used to being marginalized and labeled and profiled. What else is there? What other buzzwords can I use? I mean, discrimination is just a pretty basic word. Yeah, whatever. You're being discriminated against because I called you a you, but I don't know why I drew a random plane there. Okay, let's really try to continue to figure this shape out. So, again, Antonio just draws it like this. Right? So for him, it's sort of like that. And this is just supposedly one plane. But the lack of consistency is the frustrating part. Because yeah, this makes complete sense. This is just one plane. Right, and this is just a wider jaw. It makes sense why his jaws are much from the front wider than mine. Now I kind of need to make my version of that, right? Of course, I would like to keep the consistency of that plane. You know, I would love to keep the consistency of that plane. But if the face is coming from here, would it really just be like this? Because, let's see, it's like... And then, yeah, it's, I guess... That is technically what it would be like, right? So maybe is that the shape? So fucking confusing, man. I think what I need to do is just modify this slightly. So rather than it being like this, maybe we can have it like, okay, so it's like that. Then something like this, right? And it just needs to be like this. There you go. Right. Obviously, the fucking. Let's do this again, actually. Probably should take a bit more time. Because what's the shape that he's making? It's just kind of. Something like that. Wouldn't that be better? Because then we still got that. Right? We still got this thing in the back. And then we just connect it. I think that works. Let's try it again. But you know what? Fuck the curve, maybe. Although the curve does seem to be pretty important. So I just need to understand how that curve works. Right? Because we have this right here. Again, this is kind of small, which is annoying, but it's what it is. So what is he doing with that curve? He's just kind of going off it. What's it going like? It's going in and then out again, like that. That doesn't make any sense. Because yeah, technically. Like, yeah. Okay, I understand the shape now a bit better. But perhaps I should just do it the way I was doing before, like the sort of curve I had established, right? While still keeping the front of the face wide enough. So with that being said, let's draw this a bit bigger, right? Foreshorten it. Something like that. That makes sense. Okay, that does make sense. Although, again, his thing's at an angle. Okay, I guess that's just what it's gonna be like. But it's been 43 minutes. I'm gonna do one more. I'm gonna do a couple more here, and then we're gonna get a new page and just try to draw as many mannequin heads as we can. Just for my own sake, right? To really get an understanding of what's going on. So, okay, from the back, it would be. I'm trying to think, because if this is the. Right, and then we got this. And I know I've drawn this angle plenty of times before now, but just got to reinforce it. And then same thing here. Is that accurate? No, because it should have been more like this. Coming down that way. I don't know, bro. I feel as if I'm still fucking it up. But something's off. If I just drew it from that angle without all this shit in the way, it would be. What did I establish here? It would be something like. Again. Something like this. Right. Why did he do it straight? Feels if that makes the most sense, no? Am I going back and forth now? Okay, because if this is the shape established, then something like that? You know what? I'm gonna get a new page. I'm gonna rest my brain, get a new page, and we're gonna focus consistently again on this shit. Because it's difficult, it's good, but it's difficult. So let me just rest my brain and I'll put this page away. And the main thing is I just need to stick to a consistent size with these heads, because otherwise it's gonna just fuck with everything. If that makes sense, right? I'm gonna be too confused if I keep changing the proportions, and clearly this is something I struggle with, and clearly I fucking keep saying that same sentence. This is something I struggle with, clearly. And then do I change it? No. And that's why I'm the bastion of positivity right now. Now, to be honest, I'm having a lot of fun. I guess my language is very negative, but my experience is very positive. This is great. But kind of this is tough love, right? Tough love. So let's establish again let's try to remember what I've established with this. So we've stated that we want the jaw to be something like this, right? And this is the center, right? It's just going outward like so. Something like that. This is roughly the jaw shape. I'm establishing my own kind of version based on what they've shown. But that already looks a bit off. But either way, if we just keep establishing it. Right, this is just one plane. See, but this is what's starting to confuse me. Like, look how fucking retarded this looks. Right, so why is this shape difficult? It's like that. See, that doesn't really make much sense to me either. Because this is what literally the shape Antonio drew. He did something like this, right? And this honestly is probably something I'm going to ask in the channel, because it's the lack of consistency is honestly the most frustrating part for me. You know, I do understand what they're trying to teach, right? But this is literally like the jaw shape that he used for this back look, right? And then he just put a fucking nose there. Like, bro, what? Like, what in the actual fuck? I'm so confused. So, I need to just do this in a way that I understand, clearly. So let's keep practicing this jaw shape. And again, let's... Honestly, my biggest issue is I'm not even visualizing right now, which is... Yeah, I haven't been visualizing, holy shit, so I need to really focus on that. Okay. So that seems to make a decent amount of sense, although again, that front seems to be a bit off. So... Okay, and then this is the back end. I'm trying to figure this out. Because it makes a lot of sense when he does it, right? This is literally the shape that he establishes for the side, right? And then it's kind of going along like that. Okay, well, that's pretty off. Like, I kind of fucked it up. But why does it make so much sense when he does it versus my understanding? I mean, I still think this is pretty decent, because again, we can get the gist. Of the head down, right? You see? That makes a lot of sense to me. Yeah, that makes sense. You know, I think that's a pretty decent Loomis head, or interpretation of it. So I think that jaw shape is okay. My biggest thing is probably just rotating it right now. So I need to be able to rotate that shit. Right, and also understand how this shit plays into it. That's a bit too much of a curve. But if that's flat, yeah, this would literally be the shape, would it not? Something like this. And then again, we have the... Oh, Antonio started moving again on Vimeo, randomly. A good thing I muted everything now. Wait, I think I fucked this up. Oh yeah, because this dome... There you go. Right? You see? There you go. That makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. I think I finally... Yeah, good hour of struggle, but I think I've finally gotten it down. So, Now let's do the different angles. I'll rest my brain obviously, and I'm gonna do the back angle because I think that's the most important for me to understand. We'll just do 3 heads. We want to focus on making sure the heads are also a good size, right? But let me just rest my brain. Yeah, I honestly, even though I'm learning a lot, my biggest mistake is I genuinely was barely visualizing this session, and I'm a bit retarded, so you have to, or I have to, constantly be thinking about that and reminding myself about that, right? So the biggest thing for me is to just truly try to visualize this in my mind's eye as much as I can, you know? It's the only way that I'll actually learn. Okay, there's that. And then we have I definitely don't think I was thinking as much as I should have. I could have done better there. Okay. And then let's do our center line. Right, and that's the forehead wrapping around. So if that's the center line meeting the forehead, put one down here, then another here, and then another here. So the jaw's like right there. This is the hard part, actually. Yeah, this right here. Because that jaw is going to be giant otherwise. So I have to figure out how it's going to look from this angle. It's hard as shit. But is that even accurate? Well, I definitely have this. Like, what do we know? We know I have that. And then literally it might just be something like this, right? We don't see that angle. That's the biggest confusion for me. We just don't see the jaw, the bottom of the jaw from here. I don't think we do, you know? Yeah, I just don't think it makes sense. It feels as if this is correct, but my brain is hurting, which is good. I want my brain to hurt, but personally for me, I don't that okay, like if any of you can tell me, please do. Oh fuck, it'll be like months before anybody sees it, or like a month before anybody sees this shit. So, I mean, it would be nice if I had figured it out by then, but I guess let me just draw over, right? Doesn't hurt to do an overdrawing. So there's that. Yeah, and this is the back end. And again, if this is front, right? So we're going 1 and then 2. Yeah, you don't see it. You literally don't see the jaw. If you were to turn it maybe like this, let's turn it slightly. If you turn it slightly, of course you're gonna see it from here, right? This is gonna make a lot more sense. But even then, this is that, so right? Maybe this makes a bit more sense. Actually, wait, this should be more like that. But yeah, when it's turned this way, you're gonna see it, but you're not gonna see it. It's turned around. I don't believe that makes sense. And I guess that's my biggest conundrum, is just trying to understand how that's gonna be. Obviously, this is slightly off perspective. It should have been more straight. But yeah, because again, if I were to draw it through, right, this is the jaw shape, you know, there you go, right, the other side, but it just does not make sense. This makes sense. You would see the head in this angle, of course, but, or you would see the jaw in this angle, of course, because it's literally turning out to you. But from here, you're not seeing it. You're just not seeing the bottom of the jaw. You're only seeing this a little bit. I think that makes sense. Here, it also makes sense because look, it's turned slightly more. If we were to have the equivalent of this angle, but on this side, something like this, right? But this isn't like that. This is the jaw. The head is moving downward now, so you see more of the jaw, and it's turned outward like this, you know? This is the actual angle. So it's downward and outward. It's down and out, right? So of course this angle makes sense. God damn it, Antonio, what the fuck? Oh, never mind, Vimeo was just glitching. There you go. But okay, let me rest my brain. I'm gonna do one more head to really reinforce this. But I think the logic is sound. And honestly, I have gotten better at drawing these portraits. But again, this is the struggle, right? This last page was ugly as fuck, me just trying to figure things out. But now it is starting to look cleaner and more understandable for myself. Again, the logic that I need to understand and internalize is the most important, right? We finally established that this is in fact one singular plane, you know? That's really important as well. But anyways, let me rest my brain. All right, cool. So, yeah, let's do one more. And then I'll do the other one, I guess, next time. It's unfortunate. I really wish I had more time to understand all of this and to practice more. Maybe I should do 2 in a row from now on. Honestly, I think that's probably the way to go about it, right? Warm up and then 2 hours spent on this topic before moving on to the next warm up. Because every time I come out of these, I just wish I could have done at least another hour. So that's probably the way to go. So that means later today I can do another portrait roadmap. That's not bad. We'll see. We'll see. I change my mind so much when it comes to my art practice, but see, even here, like, you definitely would not be seeing the bottom of the jaw for sure. I can say that with confidence. Right, so so how would this be actually? Something like that, maybe? Could be off. That definitely could be off, this angle. And then... Wait, what the fuck did I do here? There you go, that's better. I don't know what the hell I was doing. Okay, again, right? We're not seeing the bottom of the jaw. Let's make it very clear that we're not seeing the bottom of the jaw. Here's the other part, right? Of the dome, you know? That's the center line. So the center line's like right here somewhere, right? Like down. Then we have the jaw. The jaw, I'll actually kind of misaligned it a little bit. But either way, if this is the forehead, it's kind of wrapping around. It's like that point. So it's that big, right? So 1, 2. The bottom of the jaw is here. So no matter what, we are not seeing it. This is what we're seeing. Just that. And then something like this. And that's about it. I think that's literally about it. Because again, this jaw comes around. This bottom comes around the jaw. Yeah, and then it's connected. None of this probably makes sense to anybody watching, but this is correct, I believe. Or whatever I understand it to be. Again, I think the perspective actually fucked up a little. Because if this is the perspective here, it's like this here. Actually, no, maybe I just made this a bit bigger. I think it's okay. It's not perfect, but I think it's okay. But yeah, that was good. I feel as if I'm finally starting to understand it a bit better, right? This shape is very important, and I think these two are pretty consistent, right? Slowly coming together. See, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So, yeah, and just like on top of that, I guess you can put a giant ass nose, tiny lips, right? Some eyes. You know, it starts to add up. Maybe even like a hat. See, could even look, now it's just a guy wearing a baseball cap. But again, this is the structure it's all based off of, right? Actually, this baseball cap's way too fucking tiny. There you go. Whatever. But the point is, this is starting to be more believable, which is important. And again, the base of the neck comes down there, so it's probably something like this, right? Something like that, I believe, if Antonio says that's the base. Maybe something more like this, actually. But either way, you see how this is already starting to look like a person? That's pretty three-dimensional. So that's the important part. But yeah. Okay. I think I learned a decent amount. I do believe, like, I was trying really, really hard at this end. I wanted to make up for the lack of effort in the beginning. Although I was making an effort in the beginning, I wanted to make up in the sense that think harder, right? Actually visualize it. And I actually did visualize this a decent amount. I did see a good amount of this. So that's what's important, right? And yeah, I think the biggest thing is continuing to draw my portraits pretty big, right? I should probably do the same with my mannequins as well, as like draw them pretty decently sized, because it's easy to scale down. It's actually much more difficult to scale up as a skill for me personally, and I think that's why people have preferences where they draw smaller, they draw big. But I need to be able to draw at all sizes. So drawing big and then scaling down is a lot easier, right? It's a skill that all mangakas need. So it's just what it is. But yeah, oh, and I guess I'm done. But anyways, begging for likes and subscribes. I mean, yeah, what can you even say? Please do it, oh my god, right? I'm actually just tired. I'm just tired for fucking begging. Money is different. Money is it's reasonable. Everybody can beg for money, but for virtual fucking internet points, bro, come on, everywhere, all over the page, come on. But yeah, like, subscribe, or don't, fuck off. Like as always, you're a fucking waste man or woman, right? A woman, or the whole thing I do. But yeah, you're a waste fucking piece of shit if you're at this point in the video or listening to it and you still haven't subscribed or liked. Or if that makes you infuriated, definitely hit like or subscribe, or both, preferably, because clearly I'm invoked emotions in you, and many people probably haven't done that, right? So there's already a bit of a relationship forming here, and you're welcome. And yeah, with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please, like, give me money.